Hi, I'm Christy Clark and it's my pleasure to welcome you to issue 9 of Let's Make Cards. I'm joined by crafty designer Corinne Bradd and she's here to dish the dirt on issue 9. Hi Corinne.
Hello Christy.
We've got loads of stuff here.
Yeah, the latest issue is absolutely bursting with pieces. You've got 120 nature themed pieces. Yeah,
right.
Well, there's 10 textured card blanks in really neutral shades. Makes a change from the pinks and purples, but you know, you need something a bit more masculine now and again. There's 60 die cut motifs in a variety of subjects. I love the frog and the peacock there.
Yeah.
And also some little sort of homespun hearts, this sort of thing. There's also ribbons and sequins and little embellishments there. We've got our A5 sheets of paper, which are exclusive to Let's Make Cards.
Lovely.
And there's also a set of spare papers here to add extra embellishments. And we've got 5 sheets of Just Sticks self-adhesive papers as well.
Easy for you to say.
No, not at all. It's very versatile, this kit, this month.
Fantastic. So what have the designers come up with?
Well, it's been difficult to pick this month because there's over 50 beautiful projects in there, but Sarah Beeman has done a selection here of birthday and tasteful retirement cards. Tracy Dakin-Jones has used a sheet of double-sided junkets paper to add these funky sayings and a bit of colour to the kit, as you can see here.
I like the cards that Tracy's done.
Yeah, they're good.
But I must admit, these caught my eyes.
Yeah, well, that's Brenda Harvey. She's used rubber stamping techniques on her cards for a real traditional feel. Okay. And again, they're quite masculine, but they're not so male that you couldn't send them to your maiden aunt.
Yeah.
The other ones that are nice here are the ones that Amanda Walker has done, and she's used felt and stitching to add a bit of 3-dimension to the cards here. I love this one. Yeah,
that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, and this felt here that she's got, this is really thick, sort of handmade felt. And it really does make the design stand out.
Definitely different. So what else we got coming up?
Well, when you're tired of crafting, the Spotlight this month focuses on techniques, and it's a twist on your traditional paper crafting techniques. We're sharing money-saving tips with fellow crafters, and the panel will be looking at the magic of fusible fibres, something that we looked at a few weeks ago.
Oh, right, yes, I do remember
Yeah, well, you
that,
get great iridescent finishes and really funky backgrounds on that with fusible fibres, so they're really good.
Fantastic. Well, let's get cracking. What are we doing today?
Well, I wanted to show you another technique with felt, similar to what Amanda's done, but instead of using sort of pre-manufactured felt, I've made a couple of cards using needle felt. Right. So there's a little dog there. If you're into your designer handbags, you'll recognise something similar. There's a leaf design to go with it. And needle felting is it's so easy and it's great just... if you want to sit down in front of the TV and have a good stab at something.
Yes.
What I've done for the dog, I've just cut out a simple dog template. If you lay that onto a sheet of, this is upholstery foam, it's got, not too tight a foam. And then I'm just going to take some, this is wool. You can get it in a variety of colours. I've only brought the nature themed colours with me today. So a bit of a pale brown with a little bit of ginger here. And if you mix them up, and then you can get like a mottled shade for your dog, and then hold your template down on the piece of card. Grab a basic starter. This is a triangular point. The needle felt needles have got little barbs on them, so as you push it into the wool and push it into the foam, it grabs each piece of wool and holds it in place, and it all knits it together. It's very simple to do. I love watching it come together when you do these. I've done it before with cookie cutters. That's another really easy way of doing it, because then you know exactly where you're stabbing for the outline. But what I've found with card is you do sometimes prick through the card, but it makes a different sound, so you know when you're going off the outline of it. So you keep stabbing it down and knit it together. And what you can then do, keep your fingers sort of out the way, because these needles are sharp.
Yes.
You can pull it away from the edges and just stab around the edges like this.
I should imagine that hurts if you get yourself.
Yeah, I'm much better at it now than I used to be.
Yeah. I can't imagine I'd be as quick as that.
Blood on white wool doesn't really look good.
No.
But as you can see, it is quite easy to start marking out the template. So if you keep doing that, then what you need to do is pull it away from it, flip it over, flip the template over, and stab again from the other side. And this is what you come up with.
Ooh.
Which is your small dog template, okay? Now that's not perfect, but what you can then do is if you peel it off, you've got quite a chunky dog there.
Yeah.
Another great invention which I've discovered, these are these finger stools that you get if you're counting paper.
Right, yeah.
So turn them inside out so the bobbly bit is inside. And then what you can do is you can safely hold your dog and stab it like this without stabbing your fingers.
Oh, that's clever.
So to neaten up the outline of the dog, you need to stab along the edges, and that way you can get a really good point on the tail and on the ears. And as I say, if you do miss where you're going, at least if you've got these rubber, because they're quite thick,
yeah,
you don't hurt yourself and you don't scream in agony, which is what I used to do. Never good on a demonstration. But as you can see, once you've done it, they all start to knit together.
Yeah.
And I'll just show you the other way of tidying it up after you've done it is you'll always find that there's stray hairs.
Yeah.
As with any dog, there's stray hairs. But what you can just do, just take a pair of small sharp scissors
give it a little trim.
and then just trim the stray hairs off the edge of it.
It just neatens it up.
That's not perfect, but if you keep stabbing into it and stabbing into the side, you get this sort of shape.
Yeah.
And then all I've done is I've tied a piece of ribbon around his neck and stuck him onto the card. What you could do also, I mean, you could put a brooch back on that and then use it as a bag charm afterwards.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
I'm really into needle felting.
No,
It's
it
really
gives
good.
it a really good finishing touch, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for the festive
And it's
season.
quite light. You know, sometimes you find with motifs, if you've got the card, it tips over. But because this stuff is so light...
Fantastic. Well,
Glad you
thanks
like
for
it.
coming in, Corinne.
That's all right.
Why don't you let us see your card creations on www.letsmakecards.com. I look forward to seeing you next time. There are 3 easy ways to subscribe to Let's Make Cards. You can sign up for $16.50 for 3 issues via direct debit. Alternatively, you can pay £38 for 6 issues or $70 for 12 issues in the UK. It's £100 in Europe and £105 for the rest of the world. As well as saving up to 30% off the cover price, you can be sure of receiving your issue of Let's Make Cards regularly, containing a fabulous card making kit and masses of ideas for using it. Just visit www.letsmakecards.com to subscribe online or call 0844 815 0028.